All right, let's jump right in and unpack the intersection of modern cloud computing and artificial intelligence. Because as AI reshapes basically every industry right before our eyes, developers and startups are on the hunt for scalable, reliable, and cost-effective infrastructure to actually power their innovation without all the usual enterprise bloat. And that is exactly where DigitalOcean enters the conversation. We've got a fantastic, structured breakdown ahead of us today. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our step-by-step tutorial roadmap for today. We'll start by looking at the AI challenge, then we'll move into Step 1, Simplified Setup, Step 2, Deploying AI Models, and Step 3, Collaborative Scaling. Finally, we'll wrap up by looking at your AI innovation future.
So, first up, the AI Infrastructure Challenge.
Look, traditional enterprise cloud environments can be completely overwhelming for startups. They're often filled with so much complexity that it literally bogs down development. But DigitalOcean kind of flips the script here. They focus entirely on being simple and developer-friendly, which means you get all that serious compute power without having to navigate a maze of complicated configuration menus. So how do we actually pull off this developer-friendly approach? Well, we break it down into 3 distinct phases to help your team move faster and build smarter. Phase 1 is setting up that simplified infrastructure. Phase 2 is deploying those modern AI models. And Phase 3 is scaling everything collaboratively as your usage inevitably grows. Let's walk through this phase by phase.
Which brings us to Step 1, Simplified Setup. Now, what's really interesting here is how easily flexible infrastructure can be set up to handle some pretty significant computing resources. The connections and nodes seamlessly flow right to the developers. It goes to show that you absolutely do not have to be a massive, sprawling enterprise to spin up a really powerful, centralized hub instantly.
And the whole point here is simple. You must move faster without unnecessary overhead. Avoiding all that heavy enterprise-level complexity directly impacts your rapid deployment capabilities. It literally frees your developers to do what they do best, write code and build models, rather than constantly wrestling with servers.
Okay, moving right along to Step 2, Deploying AI Models.
You see, modern AI innovation is basically taking a massive, tangled web of code and data, all those interconnected nodes and intelligence models, and organizing them into one accessible platform. DigitalOcean gives you the powerful tools you need to manage these deployed AI components seamlessly, which makes executing your team's vision feel effortless. And once everything is deployed, startups are aggressively using this AI to do 4 key things. They're automating tedious workflows, they're analyzing massive data sets to find hidden trends, they're enhancing customer experiences through smart personalization, and ultimately, they are creating entirely new business models. Which brings us to a major takeaway for this step: accelerating development cycles and actually improving productivity. By combining really straightforward cloud computing with advanced AI technologies, organizations are fundamentally improving their operational efficiency. Bottom line, you get smarter products to market way faster. Let's move on and see how this all builds into Step 3, Collaborative Scaling. Whether your startup team is actively whiteboarding brand new ideas, experimenting with different algorithms, or adjusting cloud resources on the fly, it all has to happen collaboratively. A simplified platform removes that typical friction that usually divides operations teams from developers, allowing literally everyone to scale the architecture seamlessly together. And honestly, that level of accessibility inherently encourages real teamwork. When your cloud environment isn't locked away behind a wall of overwhelming complexity, your entire team can easily jump in, manage cloud-native environments, and pivot right on the spot as AI computing demands fluctuate. This actually brings us to an incredibly powerful quote from our source material. The ability to access powerful cloud resources without that enterprise-level complexity is, quote, helping level the playing field for innovators worldwide. Just think about that. You no longer need an infinite budget or a massive IT department to play in the big leagues of AI. This simple, step-by-step approach truly empowers smaller teams to build world-changing tech. And that brings us to our final section, your AI innovation future. Ultimately, cloud platforms that prioritize simplicity and efficiency are playing an absolutely critical role in shaping tomorrow's tech. Organizations can now seize incredible opportunities that were practically unimaginable just a few years ago, simply by utilizing these accessible, developer-friendly tools. So, I'll leave you with this. How will you combine agility and intelligent technology to build the future? The tools are out there, and they are more accessible than they have ever been. The future really does belong to those who take action.
If you're feeling inspired to start building your own AI infrastructure today, be sure to check out the resources below. Thank you so much for learning with me today, and I'll catch you in the next